Hola tribe. So, today, whew, I am sitting in these energies of anxiety and just madness, it feels like. And I know that it's what I'm witnessing around me and what I'm filtering through my body. And so let's go with this. First and foremost, allergies are crazy, and I just did something absolutely insane, and I knew I shouldn't have done it. You know, a friend of mine recommends peppermint for the allergies and putting me around the sinuses. Well, I'm a little congested. Maybe I'll go and do that, so maybe clear up for the video, because I want to do some breath work today. And I went and I did these oils, and it's in my eye, and yeah, didn't go the way it's intended, which is pretty much what I'm feeling is happening. You know, I knew that I didn't necessarily want to do it. Like, I was like, oh, but maybe it'll help, right? Right? Maybe it'll help. And then it gets in my eye. And I personally have been sitting in this energy of, you know, I don't want to do things unless it's quote unquote perfect, right? But I don't know whose version of perfect I'm trying to achieve. I wish to reach more people and participate in their world and assist. And so I know for myself, I often find myself holding back in doing things because it's not perfect, right? And so I've been really putting myself out there lately of being imperfect, just showing up and seeing what happens. Now I know in my work specifically, when I work with people, I just show up and I see what happens. Yet as far as being more public, I guess I resist. I resist because it's so imperfect that the reason people communicate that my work is an experience, like people want to describe what I do to other people, they say it's an experience, go experience her, because you the one having the journey, right? I myself am having a journey with you in the experience, right? But each one of us is going to have a different one, and that's the beauty of self-healing and using medicine. So as I said today, I'm feeling this unbelievable chaos and fear and sadness and attack, and usually I go to my Facebook feed, and for the most part it's beautiful inspiration, other people who are either promoting their work or promoting medicines or love. And this morning, even those that I often find provide that level of medicine to the table, information, have been cutthroat and fear-based, and it's been a lot. It's been a lot. So I keep finding myself all day to be called to do some breath work with everyone. And if you are interested in joining me, I'd love that. I know I need it for myself. Please, again, excuse me. I attempted to clear my sinuses. I have to be honest, the change of season, the cats, I'm noticing that I've always known I'm allergic to my own cats. Doesn't mean anything. I don't care. But I've noticed the change of season. Their dander has been a little bit more intense for me. So definitely the last week alone. Super insane. I've been sneezing like crazy. Rubbing my eyes like crazy. So forgive me. forgive me in all of my humanness and imperfections. There we go. Thank you. So on that note, only because I have them in my hand right now, I often have things in my hand to keep me centered and grounded, more present. And so I have cards in my hand today, and I'm just going to pick a card for us. And the deck I'm using is called the Sacred Earth Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno and Leela Williamson. I don't know if you can, nope. I have the little light on, I'm sorry about that, guys. So, yeah. So, let's see. You know, yesterday having been All Hallows Eve, and so much mixed information about that alone, right? I find it a very sacred day. It's special to me, the honoring of those that have passed before us, my ancestors, whether they be from my own biological ancestry or my spiritual ancestry. Hallows Eve amplifies the energy that I know exists. And like all good things, there are beings out there that attempted to, apologize, messages on my phone. Like all good things, beings attempted to corrupt what is beautiful, right? There'll be many perceptions on that, all of which are okay. We tend to cling on to that which we know is safe until we realize it's not safe. Or we create boundaries and limitations, but again, based off of what we believe is safe. Till no longer are they safe, right? I tend to force myself into situations that don't make me feel safe, so that I can figure out ways of being more present or dealing with them differently. And I can't say that I do well all the time, talk about effing things up and not being perfect. I tend to make a lot of mistakes. I do. So excuse me. Hopefully that's going to help me clear up my sinuses too. And I have to admit, totally overdid it with sugars yesterday. I definitely did, which is probably exacerbating this even more. Just saying. Yeah, it wasn't even like the trick-or-treat stuff. It was, yeah, just too much sugar stimulation to, I guess, probably smother the energetics that were going on around. Because it's been intense. So, as I said today, I want to do some breath work, and I'm going to pull a card. And so, as I ask that which the collective needs to know at this time. Ooh! This hits home for me. It's the same card I've gotten a couple of times today, actually, when I've looked at this deck. Consistency. Let's see if I can get it. Probably can't with this lighting. I am so sorry. I'm not used to these little ring thingies for lighting. I don't have a whole lot of lighting in the house. I don't like it. So, consistency. You know, and that's why I knew I had to do a video today on breath, because it was so so much anger, so much hatred, so much false perceptions, so much clinging on to what people believe is safe. People believe is safe. Excuse me. So, consistency. I guess the question is, what are we consistent in? What are you feeding your consistencies in? And I am working diligently to consistently show up from a place of joy and happiness and ease. And I think the only best way for me to do that is when I do it for other people too. You know, I tend to do better when I do it with others, or I do it for others. Just kind of the way I work. Everyone's investment into what they do is their own, but mine is because other people benefit. So I am sitting comfortably in a cross-legged position, and I am really, really blessed. And it's kind of an important investment for me, is that in order to really sit still well, I use sandbags. And so I have these really great bags that I filled with rice, actually, instead of sand. It was much easier. And so I have them on my legs right now. I have one on either leg, and they're just kind of keeping my legs weighed down so I can, that I don't fight them. Because during breath work, we tend to fight things. And when we fight things, it's often what we're bringing up arms against, right? And right now, people are bringing up some arms, right? They're like, they want to battle each other. Everyone believes they're right. Everyone believes they're right. What if we're all wrong? Right? What if we're all wrong? So, if you'd like to breathe with me, I invite you to sit in a comfortable position and find a way of stacking your spine. And what that really means, everyone's a little different. If you tend to have a little bit extra of a curvature of your lower back, then you're probably going to want to tuck your tailbone a little bit if you have a really big sway back. And if you don't know what I mean about sitting on sits bones, then you most likely have to stick your tailbone out, really reach that booty back a little bit. In an ideal world, your tailbone and pubic bone would be on the same plane of existence, right? So for me, as I said, I have sandbags on my legs, and if you wish to join me and work on getting centered and allowing this residual energy and this little bit of fight that we're all doing right now, a little bit of ease. So, when you're ready, coming into a cross-legged position or comfortable seated position, allowing for our spine to be long. As you take your next breath in, lengthen the breath long. See if you can draw your spine lengthwise. And even in your exhalation, keep the length. I invite you for the next 10 breaths to inhale as if your tailbone was lengthening away from the crown of your head. And as you exhale, keeping that length, do not allow the body to collapse down just because the oxygen has left you. Allowing for that next inhalation to lengthen and stack your spine even more. And again, keep in the length. to open my mouth during my breath work. One, whereas my sinuses like to be often clogged, however. The primary reason I like to utilize my mouth during my breathing pattern is to actually change my breathing pattern. When we inhale using our mouths, if we imagine our tongue was on the upper palate of the mouth, right underneath the nostrils, take your tongue and gently push it out as if it was lengthening out the crown of your head. Each breath lengthens you from root to crown. Notice how the breath becomes easier and more effortless. When we're ready to transition, I invite you to breathe your breath side to side. As you inhale, allow the shoulder to push and lengthen away from the other shoulder. Allow the hips to expand away from each other. Ear away from ear, ankle away from ankle. With each breath, allowing the body to expand side to side. Again, upon exhalation, allowing the body to still stack, allowing it as if it was still filled with oxygen, even though it has left you. Allow the breath to expand side to side. Again, continuing. It's as if your shoulders were pushing against walls, creating space on either direction. Two more breaths. Allow it as if your ears were lengthening away from each other. Good. On the next series of breath, can you allow your breath to breathe from front to back? It's as if you're breathing your pubic bone away from your tailbone, your belly button away from the back of your spine, your nose away from the back of your skull, and your toes away from the heels of your feet. And again, whatever lengthening or expansion that has taken place, allow yourself to keep that during the exhalation as well. And when you're ready, can you breathe your body 360 degrees? Can you breathe up, down, side to side, and front to back, all at the same time? Either placing the tongue on the upper palate or imagining the tongue is on the upper palate and allowing the whole back of the neck to lengthen, allowing the oxygen to move through the ears out the crown of the head. And a couple more breaths here. continue to breathe a 360-degree breath. Allow for the breath to fill and expand. I invite you to continue to focus on your breath. Notice that the more you bring your attention into your being, the more you'll be able to discern that which is inside of you versus which is outside of you. Again, allow for that breath to be consistent. It's as if the breath has no beginning and no end. I can feel a dense chaos outside of my being. It is no longer inside of me. It is very much outside. And so I invite you at this time, as you continue to breathe here, to imagine a ball of pure, iridescent light to surround you. Allow the light to spin all around your feet. And allow that light to speed itself up, purifying. Allow it, it's like sparkles of iridescent light all around the feet, all around the ankles. Continue to breathe here and allow the breath to flush out any vibration that is not of this iridescent light. Allow that light to travel up the shins. again, consistently spiraling. Clearing, 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 clearing. Continue to use the 360-degree breath. Your body is expanding like an inner tube. The height of your body and expansion of your body stays as it is within the exhalation. And the light travels up past the thighs, all around the quadriceps. Again, speed. Keeps flushing, flushing, flushing out any negative vibrations and denser energies, clearing your auric field. Allow the energy to come up to the pelvis, meeting the pubic bone. Ooh. Bringing that light up, into the womb, into the lower basin, where so many of us have been struggling to be. Again, continue that 360-degree breath. The breath is lengthening up, down, side to side, and front to back, all at the same time as the iridescent light travels up past the navel. Up into the solar plexus underneath the diaphragm. Oh. Allow the light to travel past the diaphragm, up through the ribs. The light continues up to the heart. Continue to find that breath. Stay in the breath. Stay in the 360-degree breath. Up, down, side to side, front to back. Breath circles around the shoulders. The light continues to spiral around the shoulders, beyond the shoulders, up past the throat. As the light travels, hazy. Allow the light to spin past the throat, the ears. Continue to move as the light travels around the head, the third eye, and out the crown of the head. Whew. Continue to allow breath here. Allow for the breath to be deep into the center of the being. You may find that you need to clear the space in front of you. Maybe gently touching your body, your skin, or even just the energy around you. Whew, whew. Notice where it may be a little bit denser than other places, or where more things may have been moved. Be unafraid of expressing that which needs to be expressed. Don't question what it is. Allow. It's only energy. If we become attached to the energy, that's what creates chaos. When we allow the energy just to move and be unattached to the vibrations that we're experiencing. Oh. Then it's merely an experience. Right now I'm feeling a blockage or a weightedness in my solar plexus. But I do not wish to leave this energy until it's cleared. The want to clench the teeth or avoid. Which tells me that there's many of us experiencing this. So, if you yourself are still feeling blocked, I invite you to scan your bodies. Maybe place the hand directly where you're feeling it. And again, just becoming present, maybe needing to resituate yourself as I am. And let's open up and clear this blockage. So right now I invite you wherever that blockage is. It might be a side body. It might not even be in a chakra, right? It might not be the center line. It might be anywhere. Scan the body, feel it, and tap it. So right now I'm feeling, my blockage, and I'm tapping that area, and I'm overstimulating it to break it up, kind of like a mini earthquake on the inside, right? So how do we move things? We shake them. We create our own little internal earthquakes, whether it be through sound or motion or movement, right? So if you're joining me, maybe grunt or groan, acknowledge where in your body it is. And I invite you at this time, ask yourself, ask your being, what is the vibration? What is the sound that will break this energy up internally? And allow yourself to move forward with whatever sound vibration is being given to you. Move. Do whatever it is you need. Whatever it is you need. Maybe just stay with that sound. Maybe move around. Maybe shake a little bit. And I'll bring you back to the 360-degree breath. The breath goes up, down, long, side to side, and front to back simultaneously. It is as if you are filling an inner tube. And keep the expansion. Don't allow your body to drop down afterwards. Allow the body to stay in its fullest expansion. Even in the exhalation, you may have to make sound in order to keep that expansion or lengthening of the body. I personally am finding myself breathing outside of my being more than inside. I invite you to see if you can find the difference. If you are comfortable breathing inside and you know that is what you're experiencing, then continue to do so. If you are unsure if you're doing one or the other and all you know is that you're breathing, I invite you to play around. See if you can change the patterning of your being to create a different experience. If the breath isn't going where you want it to go, then direct it there. And again, keep the length, keep the expansion. Do not re-collapse the spine or the belly every time you exhale. Allow yourself to be long in it to the best of your ability, and that's going to change. And if for any reason you're getting to a point of annoyance with what your experience is, then move and shake, pound, hit the ground, shake around, move things within yourself so you don't feel stagnant, and let go of the annoyance of that which you're resisting. Because what we're resisting is happiness, what we're resisting is peace, what we're resisting is ease. We are used to chaos. We are used to disharmonies. Shedding them off of your being is the work. It is so easy to carry it around. It is far more to do the work and shed it and reclaim our light. Ooh. So again, check in wherever it was that you had felt a blockage or unease in your body. Check in, has it changed? Oof. Can you get a more fuller, easier breath? Have we moved through resistance? Do you need to dust off your body, shake, move, whatever it is? You're never pinned to the direction that you're in. You're always open to move around. Do your best to not avoid or leave the situation, because I too love doing that. I too love doing that. There's always easier and more important things to do, right? So right now I've extended my legs, I'm shaking them out, I'm tapping the knees, moving my legs side to side. Allowing myself to experience the sadness coming out my hips and my womb, my lower back, right? This place of not feeling control, right? Because we are in the experience together. We all have a perceived perceptions of what is in the highest and best good. And all of us are trying to control rather than just be in it. Knowing that no matter what happens as we move forward in the next few days, that Father is in charge, right? That's a big one for all of us. To trust and know that Father will lead us. Father will lead us. And the mother is that which we stand on. As long as we respect the mother. As long as we honor the mother. Feel free to keep moving and shaking. As long as we do that, Father will always have us. I too go through my moments. And today was a big one. Today was a big test. I could feel it coming at me. I don't know about you. So right now I am just moving and shaking and comforting myself by just moving my hands over my hips and my legs and places that I might feel stagnant. I'm just kind of wiping away. Do not allow yourself to believe that the simple things of like dusting yourself off of energy isn't going to work. Because it does. It actually works. It's funny. Sometimes the simplest medicine is the best medicine. And so when we're in situations where we just don't feel comfortable or people are acting out, like just, I know I self-soothe. Sometimes I'll just, rub my arms or my legs or my hips. But at any point in time, especially after moving dramatic energy, just wash it away. Wash it away. Coming out of any weird situation, right? Wash it away. So. If you've been part of this practice, I invite you to check in. Maybe place one hand on your lower belly and one hand on your heart. Can you give your breath a color? Allow for each inhalation to fill your body of the color of your choosing. Notice where this color goes. Maybe notice the shape that it is offering you. And then see if you can expand that light in different areas of the body that the color was not reaching. Continue to do this. Bring color into the body. And allow for the exhalation to be like a soot or a fog leaving you. Any residual energies of the experience that you just went through. And again, feeling free to dust your body off or self-soothe with your hands. And be honest with yourself. What does it feel like? Right? What does it feel like? Does the energy coming out of your hands feel loving and nurturing? Or does it feel fear-based? If you yourself are experiencing a fear-based energy coming out of your own being, then I invite you to move and shake and do things to free yourself from it. And even touching your own being allows you to feel anxiety by your own physical touch. Imagine what our presence is. Right? Consistency of our own personal energy. It is easy to have a vibration and hold our breath in it. It is far more work to breathe that energy consistently, fully, right? On a 360-degree breath, right? Up, down, side to side, front to back. I thank you for watching this and joining me. I hope it has brought you comfort, as it has me. Knowing that that which I am experiencing, all others are experiencing. And even now, being as centered as I feel, feeling the wave of other beings' dense vibrations moving, coming at, right? Find that breath. Find that air pattern surrounding this. This evening we use the iridescent light to clear our energetic air pattern. Can you keep a breath that keeps you present of that air pattern, of that iridescent light? If you do, you will feel less commotion and densities coming at you. I pray this medicine reaches you well. Know that there is no one path ever. However, when we focus on ease, right? When we breathe the breath of ease and allow ourselves to become consistent with that breath. Add some level of visualization to keep that monkey mind out of control or in control, so that we don't try and do 20 other things. And simply be present. As you move forward these next few days, do your best to not reach for the handles of control, right? Don't try to grab a hold of the tornado. Drop in. Be in the center, right? Find that air pattern. Clear the central lines. And as I got for our card this evening, I picked a card. If you missed the beginning, the message was consistency. Notice this lighting in here, I apologize. Nope, not gonna, here we go. I don't know if you can see, it was gorgeous. Holding of the sun. Consistency. It's a big message for me. It's a big message for me as it is for all of us. How are we going to get through this? By using the medicine consistently. By being present with ourselves consistently. By showing up consistently. So, please use this again and again if required. There'll be more. Actually, we should meet tomorrow. If we plan on getting through this, we must continuously do the work. As I said, that fear of believing we're in control, individually, right? The individual level of control we think we have is what's creating even more chaos within us. If we ourselves take a breath and it feels anxiety or fear-based, then we are showing up with that energy in other situations. And other people right now, there's so many of us, we're feeding off of each other. It's making it bigger, it's making it more complex. When we ourselves drop in and find an effortlessness within our breath, within our being, then we bring that too. And we ourselves will be unattached to the chaos around us. Right? So there's many reasons why to do the work, many reasons to find an ease within our being, one of which is when we do, we no longer are attached or connected or feeling the chaos around us because we ourselves are centered in that peace. And the gift is that when you bring that into those situations, other beings will start to want to drink that in. Be the light, right? Be the peace. Be the peace offering. As I said earlier, there is no right or wrong. Father's in charge. Consistently honor the mother, for she is that which you walk upon. And Father will do the rest. You have no control other than over you, other than